Let's see if we can make this ChevHELL run. So I got a little bit of a head start on you. Started just kind of doing some safety checks, making sure the thing's in neutral, the shift linkage isn't hooked up. Cut the exhaust off of it because it was pinched completely shut. What else have I done? Check the fluids on a few things. It doesn't have any oil in it. I'm sure the wrecking yard probably pulled it out. The filter did have oil in it, and I cut the filter open, and it was fairly clean. It's not full of bearings, so that's a good sign. It is still stuck. A few days ago, I mixed up some tractor juice, 50-50 mix of MEK and automatic transmission fluid. Some people use acetone. I find that the acetone separates from the ATF a little too quick for me. The MEK stays mixed up really well. So it's been soaking for a couple of days. So let's put a wrench on it and see if it'll turn over at all. If it will, we'll put some oil in it and spin it over and see if we can get some oil pressure built up and see if it's got spark, and then maybe see if it'll light off. But let me show you something first. When I took the valve covers off, I was astonished how clean. I mean, I vacuumed the rat poop and peanut shells and everything else off the intake manifold, but look how clean that is. Both sides. This is what the inside of the valve covers look like. I did not clean these. This is what they look like. Yeah, I don't know what the story is, but this thing is really super clean inside. Somebody decided to use a whole bunch of blue silicone. But I've got my oil pressure gauge plumbed in. Inside of the distributor is also really nice. Carburetor is not seized up. The spark plugs did not have any sign of moisture on them. So I don't think that it's seized up because of water. It's probably just a little bit of dust rust in the cylinders. Just need to push the rings past it. I think it'll be fine. So let's put a wrench on it and see what happens. All right, let's see what happens. I might have to put a breaker bar on it, but we'll see if we can. Oh, it's kind of moving. Kind of. It doesn't have any spark plugs in it, so it shouldn't be giving me a whole bunch of resistance, but it sure is. What was that noise? Oh, something's going on. Oh, what is going on there? We have a really, really loose rocker. Something's not right with the valve train. We'll just keep going around the world here until everybody's happy. Okay, there's the... Oop, stuck again. Well, it turns over. So it looks like the tractor juice worked. I don't know what's going on with the valve train. Something's sticking. Might be Might be lifters getting stuck in the bore. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea what we're up against here. Looks like an almost new motor. So what we're going to do next is spin an oil filter on it, fill it up with oil, and I'll find a battery, mock up some cables, and we're going to spin it over and see if we can build oil pressure. So do you fill your oil filters before you put them on? I do, especially on an engine like a small block Chevy where the oil filter is mounted vertical. You don't have to worry about spills. This is the cheapest filter Napa sells. And this is the cheapest oil that Napa sells. The cheapest oil that Napa sells is Napa oil. Little known fact about Napa oil, this jug of 5 quarts was on sale for $18.99. Napa oil is made by Valvoline. I didn't want to spend $35 on a jug of oil for an engine that isn't going to run. And if it does run, I really don't care that much about it because all it's going to do is move this turd in and out of the shop. All right, so I got the oil filter spun on, got a battery bungee corded there in the corner and the cable's hooked up. So now I'm going to see how much of this I can get in here without pouring on the ground. This ought to be a challenge. I'm not going to put the valve covers on it because when we spin it over, if I can do this at all, when we spin it over, I want to see the rockers get oil. Well, that was ridiculous. I should have just put a valve cover on it and poured the crap in. Anyways, it's full. Let's hit the button, see if we can get some oil pressure built up. Well, I don't have much of a battery, but it spins over. I'm going to turn it over some more until I start to see some oil come out of the lifters. See how much more cranking I can get out of this battery. Well, it's a brand new day. I was out here for a little while, spinning the engine over, trying to get some oil to the top end. It just never happened. So I pulled the distributor out, and I got out my oil pump primer. Looks something like that. I put this in. I still didn't get any, but I did get twice the pressure. So let's put this in and give it a few spins and see if we can get something out of it. So now we know why it's so clean up here, because nothing ever got up here. Maybe real high RPM, some oil would make it. I'm going to guess there's a galley plug that popped out or didn't get put in. I'm going to go ahead and pull a rocker arm, make sure that it doesn't have push rods from the wrong engine with no hole going through it, something stupid like that. And then what we're going to do from there is probably pull the intake and pull the whole front accessory unit off, water pump, all that, pull the timing cover and see if there's a galley plug missing in there. There's no sense in giving up. If we can't get it to run, it's going to come out anyways and get everything pulled off of it anyways. So we might as well just start diving into it and see if we can find it. If we can't find it, it's coming out anyways to go on an engine stand and get pulled apart and see what's salvageable. So let's just tear into it, see if we can find anything. So the fulcrum washer and the rocker arm aren't cooked. They seem to be just fine. There is a little tiny bit of oil in them. And this push rod does indeed have a through hole. Yeah, it looks like there's oil coming out of that lifter. Not much. All right, so it looks like it's getting a very small amount of oil to the lifters. Just not enough to push up the push rod and lubricate the rockers. So it might come around at a higher RPM, but I'm not going to take that chance. So I'm going to pull the whole front accessory drive off and get the timing cover off of it and see if those plugs are missing. If one of the rear plugs was missing, it would be barfing oil out the back of the motor. I probably would have run it out of oil by now and there would be a lake in here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the front off and see if there's something missing there. The other possibility is that there's an oil galley plug underneath the rear main that it's kind of in line with the, I believe it's in line with the oil pressure sender hole. And if that's not plugged, then it's just pumping oil straight back into the oil pan. So oil is escaping someplace. With 40 PSI, the rockers should be getting wet. Oil should be coming up through the push rods, lubricating the fulcrum washer, the rocker, the spring. We should be getting oil up there. So let's see if we can find it. Well, it's probably not missing a galley plug because this would be soaked and it's pretty much dry except for at the bottom. So as you can see, galley plug, galley plug, galley plug, they're in. And when I put the drill to it, it comes out the front main bearing. So that's not the problem. Well, this leaves us with two options. One, I put it back together, get it running, and just let it slowly eat itself. Something I don't really want to do. The other option is to pull it, take it apart. What is that? The other option is to pull it, take it apart, find what oil galley plug is missing, find out that they put the wrong main bearings in it, find out that oil is just bleeding off someplace so rapidly that it can't even defy gravity and get to the top of the engine. So You would think that 40 PSI would be enough to get it there. I have never used my oil pump primer and had it not work. So there's something wrong. I don't think I want to just let it eat itself slowly. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with option B, which is pull it and save it. It might actually be usable. I don't know if it's a 2-bolt or a 4-bolt. I don't know if it's standard on the bore, 30, 60. I don't know where I'm at. I've got real lucky in the past where I bought cores from people and pulled them apart. The sonar walls were beautiful. All we had to do was just ball hone, put rings on the pistons, put it back together. This thing could be completely clapped out. The block could be cracked, but it might be really nice. So I don't think I'm really in a position right at this moment to, I don't need this to run that bad to where I know it's going to eventually kill itself. It's just not worth it. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Clearly there's a lot more to come. I think the next thing I'm going to do with this is probably clean it out. So have a great weekend.